Good afternoon. Happy Independence Day. I'm Donald Rainwater, Executive Director of Liberty is Essential PAC, and I wanted to take just a few minutes and speak to you today on this celebration of the signing of the Declaration of Independence by our founding fathers. During the celebration of Independence Day, we often talk about the freedoms that we enjoy. And today, I would like for you to kind of think about this day and what it means in a little bit different context. I would like you to ask yourself, how independent am I really? How independent am I when the government takes money out of my income before I receive it? How independent am I when I have to pay the government twice a year to keep the property that I live on and that I call my home? How independent am I when the government tells me that I have to purchase health insurance that meets their criteria or pay a fine? How independent am I when I have to ask the government for permission to exercise my Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms? How independent am I when the government dictates the minimum education criteria that I have to ensure my children meet? How independent am I when the government tells me that I have to wear a mask in order to protect the people around me? How independent am I when the government can tell me I have to shut my business down to protect others from a pandemic? How independent am I when veterans who have served our country are told that money that they donate to a charitable fund can be taken by the government to use for administrative purposes? How independent am I when I'm told that I have to ask permission and justify voting by an absentee ballot because I'm not available or able to get to the polls on election day? How independent am I when I have to ask the government's permission every year to continue to drive my vehicle on their roads? How independent am I when I have to do the same thing if I want to put my boat on their waterways? And the list goes on and on and on. How independent am I when I have to ask the government permission to get married? How independent am I on this Independence Day? I have people tell me we are the freest people in the world. Our country has, we have the most freedoms, the most liberties. Just because you have the most of something doesn't mean you've got it right. Doesn't mean it's good enough. We can do better as a nation and as a state. We can ensure that when we say we believe in religious freedom, that means we believe in religious freedom for everyone, not just the people that agree with us. See, that's not independence. That's authoritarianism. When you say, I want to be free to worship the way that I believe the Bible tells me to, that's awesome until you tack on, but I don't like their religious beliefs, so they shouldn't be allowed to have the same freedom I do. That's where the problem comes in. You see, independence means I take care of me, you take care of you. If you need help, I can help out because I want to, but not because I'm told I have to. That's not independence. That's servitude. And I don't believe the founding fathers ever intended for us to live in a society where government says we're going to take a portion of your money and give it to this charity. I think the founding fathers believed that was the fruits of your labor and that you should decide where it goes and how it is used. And frankly, I believe that the founding fathers believed if you want to be a selfish bastard, you go right ahead. That will come home to roost sooner or later. But the government should not be mandating and dictating to the level that it does today. And we say that, well, we have to have a government that we're dependent upon because the world we live in is so complex. No, the world we live in is so complex because we have a government that we have become dependent upon. I believe that if we decouple ourselves from our dependency on government, our addiction, if you will, to government, that we will have a resurgence in our society of independence, of economic opportunity, of educational opportunity, of healthcare opportunity for all. But it starts with declaring our independence from our federal government, our independence from our state government, and our independence, excuse me for just a moment, our independence from political parties and special interest groups that tell us what to think and tell us what to say and tell us how to vote. You see, in today's society, many of us are as dependent on the Republican Party or the Democrat Party or Fox News or CNBC or MSNBC or CNN to tell us what to think and what to believe as we've become on our government. And it's time to declare our independence again, to think critically for ourselves, to ask ourselves the tough questions. Am I really independent if? And why do I not yearn to be more free? Because I believe if I'm freer tomorrow, if I have more liberty tomorrow, if I am more independent tomorrow than I was yesterday, then today was a success. And folks, fellow Hoosiers, I wish you every success on this Independence Day and every day. which should be Independence Day. Thank you. Have a safe and introspective holiday. And we'll talk to you again soon.